Well, I have to say that Avatar Fire and Ash, this feels like a step back from the previous installment. I'm not saying this is a terrible movie or anything, it's just the issues with the story and the characters really keeps this one back from reaching its true potential. Now, I've always been a fan of the Avatar films. The first one, I think, is one of the most intriguing sci-fis from the late 2000s. Its sequel is the best movie out of the three. Not that I found this one to be boring or anything. It's entertaining. It's just more of the same, and I really had an issue with so many moments peppered throughout the narrative. So the story of this one is that Jake Sully and his family this time, they encounter a dangerous, new aggressive Na'vi tribe called the Ash People. Not only do they have to deal with this deadly threat, they also have to deal with the return of the Colonel, who is still looking for his revenge. Yeah, I definitely went into this one with high expectations because the second film definitely is so emotional. Jake Sully losing one of his sons. But after seeing this whole thing, I was like, man, what happened? Where's the epic storytelling I come to expect from this franchise? Where's the strong character development? A lot of it feels way too similar to The Way of Water, which had annoyed me because it's really just more of the same. Not only that though, but this third installment left me with more questions than answers, which makes it a little lackluster. Not bad in my opinion, but at the same time, it's nowhere near spectacular as it should have been. Honestly, this one is a mixed bag for me, and that's a shame because James Cameron, he always gave us classics over the years. I was just a bit disappointed because this film should have been something more, should have been epic. Jake Sully, I did like his characterization here. It's just one issue, and that is, it doesn't explore his grief enough about losing a son. And I can say the exact same thing for the character Neytiri. It doesn't explore her grief. I have gripe about it. Not only that though, but the character Spire, he has a interesting arc. I was like, man, that's like out of nowhere. It actually contradicts the last two Avatar movies. But I was like, this is more of the same. That goes for Jake's children as well. Man, I was like, you know, this film, what it really needed was something grand, something amazing. And the story in this just feels like it's repeating several tropes. There is a wind tribe that shows up early in the film, but they're only in it for a few minutes, and they never even show up like ever again. I was like disappointed by it. As far as the antagonists are concerned, I thought that Valrark, or however you pronounce her name, I really felt like she wasn't that interesting of a villain. Yes, the Ash People, they are fearsome. In fact, I wish this film had explored their origins more. It barely does. And even the Colonel, his arc feels like it was written by AI. I say that because he doesn't do a whole lot within this film that doesn't really, it's not all that different compared to the arc he had in the previous installment. The visuals look amazing. The budget was over $400 million from what I heard. I was really saying myself, a lot of that budget must have went to the visuals because the story, it is much to be desired. I don't hate this film. I think it's interesting for what it is. It's really missing that key ingredient that really would have made one of the best movies of this year. At last, Avatar fans, they're going to be mixed on this. Some are going to love it. Others are going to not like the direction that went in this movie. But at least it does offer some entertaining moments, such as the action, especially in the third act. I really did like the action scenes in this. But overall, at the end of the day, this really could have been something more. It's just that I was a little disappointed with the end results. I'm giving this film a 7 out of 10. Yeah, with part 4 coming out in a few years, I really want them to get back to basics. This one right here, I had fun with it, but I really couldn't have enjoyed it to a fullest extent, especially considering that James Cameron has directed better movies, so this is probably the weakest he's worked on in a very long time. Still though, if you're a fan of this franchise, certainly check this out. It is worth the time despite the flaws that it does have, and at least it's not a dumpster fire in my opinion. And that's my review of Avatar Fire and Ash. Alright, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Okay, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.